Many times in our workout plan, flexibility is overlooked. We think maybe it's just to warm up or even to cool down. But through this unit, we're going to talk about the importance of flexibility as a part of your workout program. Let's begin with the definition. Flexibility refers to the range of motion possible of a joint or the ability to move the joint through the range of motion. That's our definition with flexibility. Here is the importance. Like I said, exercise is neglected a lot with our exercise program. The importance of flexibility for health and well-being becomes more important with age. As we age, we need to be able to be flexible and movement just to even perform our daily routines. So it's very important as we age even more to implement stretching and having a good flexibility. Here are some more benefits. It maintains a normal joint motion. It gives us greater resistance to lower back and spinal column problems. Many times people have lower back pains, and flexibility is the number one recommended thing to reduce lower back pain. It gives us good posture. It improves our personal self-image, active throughout our life. It reduces muscle tension and stress. It improves spinal mobility in older adults and reduces muscle spasms and soreness. So it causes a lot of good benefits if we implement it into our exercise program. There's two types of flexibility. One is static. This is the slow, sustained stretching. Okay, nice and slow. Always make sure you're having appropriate breathing, nice and slow breathing as you stretch. And then there's dynamic, where it's resistance to motion that affects how easily a joint can move through its range of motion. So just remember, dynamic is the resistance and static is a slow, sustained stretching. Most people must consciously work to maintain flexibility, especially as we age. So it's not something that you can just keep. You have to actively be working on it in order to maintain flexibility. So why is it so important? We think, okay, well, so what if I'm not flexible? Why is flexibility so important? It maintains balance, relationships in the muscles, crossing the hips and the pelvis. Very important with our posture. It helps maintain proper posture and low back stability. So it's more than just being flexible. It causes us stability that our bodies and joints need to be able to function. It keeps older adults able to achieve without pain and so forth. And even just daily activities, bending over and reaching things, flexibility plays a part in that. And you may not understand that or feel that now because you're young, but it will occur, and starting now will prevent that. And it gives an overall quality of life of what you're able to do. There's 4 different methods. Okay, there's 2 types, but 4 different methods. And one is the ballistic or dynamic stretching, and it exercise done with jerky, rapid, bouncy movements or slow, short, and sustained movements. They can be used for specific sport training. The problem is it often causes muscle damage and soreness. These are like box jumps, bounding drills, and platform shoes, plyometrics. I would really stay away from this type unless you have a personal trainer or working on a specific sport. Besides that, I would like you to stay more with this static stretching that is slow and sustained. And this is exercise in which the muscles are lengthened gradually through a joint's complete range of motion. This is the one I want you to focus on. And there are recommendations to stick with, and that's holding the stretch for 15 to 30 seconds and then repeat it 2 to 4 times. Doing this 3 times a week will increase that flexibility and be a good, safe flexibility for you. The other 2, the first one is the active isolated stretching. This is when you isolate your muscle or muscle group and then actively contract the opposite muscle group. Okay, a different one as well. One you can do, but really focusing on that static is the very best. And then our last one here is PNF. It's done with a partner, where they could be pushing on a leg or an arm to get further movement than what you can do on your own. This one is okay, but be safe with it as well. Know how far you should go with it. But they can help increase a stretch by pushing you just past the point that you can do yourself. Repeat this 4 to 5 times with a final stretch being held for several seconds. Okay, know those different types and implementing them into your workout. So when do we stretch? Always start working out slowly by walking and jogging, cycling, whatever, and then gentle stretching. So at the beginning of our workout, when we are warming up, stretching should always be involved. When your body is warm, or your muscles are warm, or your joints are warm, is when we should begin our stretch. Changes in our muscle temperature, they can increase or decrease flexibility as much as 20%. So making sure that your muscles are good and warm is very important to increase that flexibility. Let's focus on intensity now. Warming up prior to stretching, walking, cycling, or light jogging, we talked about that. Make sure that occurs before you stretch. We want your body warm. Post-exercise is also a good time to exercise because muscles are more pliable or flexible, stretchy, however you want to put that one there. Only stretch to a point of mild tension. Now I want you to focus on that one. If you're having sharp pains or extreme pain, you need to pull back. We want mild tension. There may be some discomfort, but not pain, okay? And once you reach that point of mild tension, to get maximum results, you need to relax, okay? Relax. Do that breathing, nice and slow breathing. Do not hyperventilate, and hold that position. There's also, you want to include repetition with your stretching, and that is holding those positions for the 10 to 30 seconds and then doing it 4 to 5 times or 2 to 3 times so that those muscle groups get repetition and it improves your overall flexibility. Once you start with 10 to 30 seconds, as you continue to improve your flexibility, you'll be able to hold those positions for a little bit longer. And like I said here, aim to hold the stretch for 60 seconds as your flexibility improves. It's okay to start down at those 10-second marks, but try to improve it all the way up to that 60-second mark. There are alternative ways of flexibility. So maybe you're not a type of person who just wants to sit down and stretch and go through a stretching routine. There are actually workouts that are very, very good for you in many different ways, and we're going to talk about them. First one is Pilates, and it combines pieces of yoga, martial arts, and calisthenics. There's yoga, which its main premises is to unite the body and mind together in various body positions to improve your body alignment and your breathing techniques to optimize blood flow and energy to body tissue. And then there's Tai Chi, is a form of martial arts involving slow flowing movements. Let's begin a little more with Pilates. It improves your balance, your posture, flexibility. It strengthens the core and teaches proper breathing. This is a great exercise. If you haven't tried it, research it. They have activities that you can find right on YouTube or something like that, and it is very good. It will help with your coordination, muscle groups, stretching, and can be a part of your activity log. The next one is yoga that you can also implement. Great activity, one that you can do for an entire life. It doesn't matter your age or your gender. You can start this one whenever, and it helps reduce stress. It improves your self-control over poor habits and overall enhances your well-being. Once again, if you haven't tried it, go and try it. It's an activity I think that you can learn many different things and start to enjoy and apply throughout your lifetime. And the last one is the Tai Chi, It's a Chinese form of martial arts, like what we talked about, and it is shown to increase strength, improve balance, and restore the range of motion just using basic postures. Look at this picture for a second. All these things that we've talked about and flexibility just as a whole, it can help with our posture and correct the way we walk and move. Now you may think, I don't really mind if my posture is perfect, but the importance of having a good posture is that your body is in line. When your body is not in line, it can cause harm and pain on areas like your knees or your back because it is not in line. So having good posture is more than just how you look. It is actually putting things in order and how your body is supposed to function. So it can prevent injury and harm by having a good posture. Implement flexibility because it's more than just being able to touch your toes. It gives you a good health, a good posture, and an overall feeling and healthy life that you can implement into your life. So finally, here are a few ways for you to measure your flexibility. Here's just the regular modified sit and reach test. You don't need the block or anything like that. You can simply put down, make sure your knees are straight, and you'll be able to see where your hands reach and as you're able to increase that flexibility. Also, the shoulder flexibility test, very simple. As you can see, you put one arm over and one arm back. See how flexible your shoulders are. And then the total body rotation test, you'll see how this man his feet are facing over, and if you look close, there's tape on the line on the floor so you know where to put your feet and how far you can twist. This can be done on a wall. You don't need measurements. If you have it, great, and have someone that can help you assess that, that's great. But make sure that line or your feet hold still so that you can see how your body twists. These are just a few ways to test your flexibility. So go ahead and try it. See where you are now and implement stretching into your workout and your activities and see how your body improves and see how much it really does make you feel better.